There's a type of intelligence no school teaches. No test measures it. Most people don't even know it exists. But if you've been broken by life and somehow put yourself back together, you might possess the rarest form of smart on Earth. Scientists call it post-traumatic growth, but I call it traumatic intelligence. It's not about what happened to you. It's about what you built from the wreckage. You're about to discover if your pain became your superpower. If you recognize 8 of these 12 signs, you've developed something most humans never will. Let's see if your scars are secretly your strengths. Sign 1. You read people like they're written in a language only you understand. When someone walks into a room, you instantly know their emotional state, their stress level, whether they're hiding something. This isn't paranoia. It's hypervigilance transformed into wisdom. Research shows that past psychological trauma impacts emotional intelligence capabilities by altering brain areas that support emotional processing. Your nervous system learned to scan for danger, but somewhere along the way, that scanning became seeing. You notice micro-expressions others miss. The slight tension in someone's shoulders that says they're overwhelmed. The way someone's voice changes when they're about to lie. The forced smile that doesn't reach their eyes. Most people call this intuition, but you know better. It's pattern recognition born from necessity. When survival depends on reading the room correctly, your brain becomes a master decoder. Sign 2. You feel everything more intensely, but you've learned to surf those waves instead of drowning in them. Your emotional range isn't just wider than most people's, it's deeper. Joy hits you like lightning. Sadness can floor you. But here's what makes this intelligence. You've learned to use these feelings as data. When others run from intense emotions, you lean in. You've discovered that feelings, even painful ones, carry information about what matters, what's working, what needs to change. You don't just experience emotions, you analyze them. This emotional granularity becomes a navigation system for life that most people never develop. Sign 3. Your tolerance for uncertainty is superhuman. While others need plans and guarantees, you've learned to dance with chaos. Trauma taught you that control is an illusion. But instead of breaking you, this knowledge freed you. You make decisions with incomplete information. You adapt when everything changes overnight. You find opportunity in crisis because you've learned that breakdown often precedes breakthrough. Sign 4. You have an uncanny ability to see potential in broken things. Not just objects, but people, situations, relationships. Where others see damage, you see possibility for renovation. This isn't naive optimism. You know how bad things can get, but you also know that rock bottom can be a foundation. You look at struggling people and see their hidden strengths. You examine failed projects and spot what could be salvaged. This pattern recognition for potential comes from understanding your own journey from broken to rebuilt. You know that what looks finished might just be transforming. Sign 5. Your boundaries are titanium, but your compassion is infinite. This seems contradictory until you understand the intelligence behind it. Trauma taught you the cost of saying yes to everything. You learned to protect your energy like it's precious fuel. But this same experience gave you profound empathy for others' pain. You can say no without guilt. Because you've learned that boundary setting is self-preservation. You can feel deeply for someone while refusing to carry their burdens. This emotional intelligence allows you to be supportive without being consumed, helpful without being depleted. Sign 6. You've developed what I call crisis competence. When everything falls apart, you become unusually calm and effective. This isn't because you're unfeeling. It's because chaos is familiar territory. Your nervous system doesn't spike into panic when disaster strikes, because it recognizes the terrain. You've been here before. You know what to do. While others freeze or flee, you start problem solving. You break overwhelming situations into manageable pieces. You prioritize what matters most. You find resources others don't see. This operational intelligence under pressure is rare and incredibly valuable. Sign 7. Your relationship with pain is completely different. You don't run from discomfort. You don't numb difficult feelings. Research on post-traumatic growth shows that individuals develop new relationships with suffering that involve personal strength and spiritual change. You've learned that pain often carries important information, and avoiding it means missing the message. You can sit with someone in their darkest moment without trying to fix them or rush them toward feeling better. This ability to be present with difficulty makes you an extraordinary friend, partner, and leader. You understand that healing happens through, not around, the hard stuff. Sign 8. You have an almost supernatural ability to find meaning in meaningless situations. When bad things happen, you don't just ask, "Why me?" You ask, "What can this teach me?" And how can this serve something larger than myself? This meaning-making capacity transforms suffering into wisdom. You see connections between seemingly random events. You find purpose in pain. You create narrative coherence from chaos. This isn't denial or spiritual bypassing. It's an active intelligence that transforms raw experience into usable insight. Sign 9. Your risk assessment is incredibly sophisticated. You can distinguish between real danger and imagined threat with unusual precision. Trauma initially makes everything feel dangerous, but traumatic intelligence learns to calibrate risk accurately. You know when to trust and when to be cautious, when to take risks and when to retreat. This isn't about being fearless. Fear remains a valuable warning system. But you've learned to parse different types of fear. The fear that protects from the fear that limits. You take calculated risks others avoid because your threat detection system is more accurate, not less sensitive. Sign 10. You've developed what researchers call cognitive flexibility. Your thinking adapts to new information unusually quickly. When your worldview gets shattered, you learn that beliefs are tools, not truths. This makes you remarkably open to changing your mind when evidence contradicts your assumptions. You hold opinions lightly. You question your own thinking. You seek out perspectives that challenge your views. This intellectual humility, born from having been wrong about fundamental things, makes you a more effective learner and decision maker. Sign 11. Your capacity for gratitude operates at a different level. Not the shallow, everything happens for a reason gratitude, but a deep appreciation for ordinary moments that most people take for granted. Having lost things you thought were permanent, you treasure what remains with unusual intensity. You notice beauty others miss. You appreciate small kindnesses. You celebrate minor victories. This isn't because your standards are low. It's because your appreciation for life itself runs deeper than people who haven't faced its fragility. If you're here with me at the end of this video, I want to invite you to subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and follow us. Seriously, if these signs are resonating, you're part of a rare group that understands something most people never will: that our deepest wounds can become our greatest strengths. Sign 12, the most powerful sign of all. You've developed what I call wounded healer intelligence. Your own healing journey gave you an almost supernatural ability to guide others through their darkness. Not because you have all the answers, but because you've walked through the valley yourself. Research shows that some individuals experience post-traumatic growth, achieving positive changes beyond where they were before trauma, including strengthened relationships and renewed purpose. You can spot someone who's struggling before they even know it themselves. You know which questions to ask, which words offer comfort without false hope, how to be present without being overwhelming. This isn't just empathy, it's applied wisdom. Your pain became a curriculum for understanding human resilience. Your recovery became a roadmap others can follow. You transform your experience into service, your scars into strength for others. But here's what makes this truly intelligent. You know the difference between helping and rescuing. You can guide without carrying. You can share wisdom without imposing solutions. You've learned that everyone's healing journey is unique, even though the destination might be similar. The most profound aspect of traumatic intelligence is this: you've learned that broken doesn't mean worthless. That surviving isn't the same as thriving, but it's the prerequisite. That your sensitivity, once a liability, became a superpower. That your ability to feel deeply, think complexly, and love fiercely, despite everything you've been through, isn't just remarkable, it's revolutionary. Traumatic intelligence isn't about glorifying suffering. It's about recognizing that some of the most extraordinary humans are forged in the fires of adversity. Not because pain is good, but because some people have the remarkable ability to transform poison into medicine. If you recognize yourself in 8 or more of these signs, you possess something that can't be taught in school or measured on any test. You have the intelligence born from breakdown and built through breakthrough. You've learned to alchemize anguish into wisdom, to transform trauma into triumph, not through denial, but through integration. Your heightened sensitivity isn't weakness, it's sophisticated emotional radar. Your hypervigilance isn't paranoia, it's pattern recognition. Your intense empathy isn't naive, it's informed compassion. Your ability to find meaning in suffering isn't delusion, it's advanced meaning-making capacity. The world needs people like you, needs your ability to stay calm in crisis, your talent for seeing potential in broken places, your gift for being present with pain without being consumed by it, your wisdom about what actually matters when everything falls apart. You've developed what amounts to a sixth sense for the human condition. You can read between the lines of someone's smile. You know when someone's fine means they're drowning? You understand that the strongest people are often the most fragile, and the most broken people sometimes have the most beautiful hearts. This intelligence came at a cost. You didn't choose this curriculum. But somewhere in your journey, from wounded to wise, you made a choice that changed everything. You chose growth over bitterness, wisdom over resentment, service over self-pity. Your scars became your credentials. Your pain became your purpose. Your breakdown became your breakthrough. If this resonates with you, Share this with 5 people who might need to understand their own hidden intelligence. Subscribe to our channel for more content about the hidden strengths that develop through life's challenges. And leave me a comment sharing one sign that hit closest to home. I read every single response because connecting with people who understand this journey matters more than you know. Remember, you're not broken. You're breaking open. And sometimes, that's exactly how the light gets in.